Praise the Lord. I'm so glad I've had another opportunity to share Daddy Talk with you. Daddy Talk is all about informing the ladies in the kingdom, informing young ladies about why men think, do, react, respond the way that they do. So it's like a one-sided conversation. Father talking to daughters. This is the way that men think. This is the way they conduct themselves. This is why they react like they do. Now, a very common mistake that's made in life is if I want to know about a woman, how a woman thinks, how a woman acts, it is silly for a man to go to another man and say, what do you think? Conversely, if a woman wants to know about how men think, you don't want to go to another woman. You want to find a man that you trust with wisdom, who will give you the 411, the down and dirty, the keep it 100 explanation as to why men do what they do, think the way they think, so you can better negotiate the relationships with all the significant men in your life. This is what Daddy Talk's assignment is. I want to talk to you about capacity. One of the things that we have to overcome as human beings is wanting treatment that we're not willing to give. The second real vital thing that I think we must overcome is showing people our capacity, but only wanting them to see us in a limited way. I'm going to explain that to you. So, you got to understand, when you show people capacity, how can I illustrate this? So right now, a person understands you and what they know about you fits into this margin. And then one day, you all have an argument, you go off cussing and fussing, throwing things, threatening to kill a person, blah, blah, blah. But then when you calm down, you retreat internally back to this. But the people around you see you with a different capacity. Now, what most adults selfishly want to do is, I've shown you this capacity, but I don't want you to see me that way. The reality is, it is not that they're holding anything against you, but I now know what you're capable of. The perception that people have of us is the perception we've created. So what I've got to understand is, watch Adam and Eve in the garden. So they're in the garden and they're doing fine. They mess up. God does not come down and still see them as the people who were, moving and grooving and were just doing what he told them to do. He now sees their capability. Okay, why'd you touch the tree? Watch what happens. They start blame shifting. No accountability, no responsibility. So God sees all of that, and God responds to the new capacity. Yet, you got to hear me. So I can't come to you, go to the, I use this illustration. So, I've counseled thousands of people in 30 years. They tell me I'm closing in on like 48,000 folk in 30 years that I've counseled. And one of the strong points of my counsel is I don't overreact to what I'm being told. Because I realize, watch this, if you come to me with an issue, I jump up on the desk, start pounding my fist. I don't know how you did that. And then we get to when the meetings come to an end, I sit back down and say, but anytime you want to talk to me, you can come. You ain't coming back. But we want to do that in a relationship. We want to go off and then expect to be treated like we never went off. Yet, invariably, we don't want people to treat us that way at all. So, your tone, your own accountability, responsibility, not having two sets of rules. You can talk to him any old kind of way, but you want him to be particular about what he says to you. will cause an issue in your relationship. You don't want your father to see you as someone that's volatile and can't be talked to. You don't want your brothers to feel like all they can do is wave their hand, walk away, and leave you alone. You don't want that significant other in your life to secretly wonder if they want to stay with you because of a lack of responsibility, lack of accountability, and clearly 2 sets of rules of communication and conduct. Write me, tell me what you think. I'm Bishop David G. Evans, and this